How you doing, y'all? Matt Nassa Pierce. Here. We're here. We're right here. Beer review time. Courtesy of our boy, Steven. Little Treehouse Jam. Little Treehouse Belgian Dark Jam. Yeah, how about that? He sent me a box of beer in the... where's my box? Put it back in here. Right before Christmas time, he sent me a box of beer, and he put a bunch of stuff that was like decently ageable in it. And this was in there, and I've really kind of chomped at the bit to experience a lot of Treehouse's, more traditional stuff, because that's where I kind of hang my hat when it comes to beer and stuff like that. But we're gonna read this label. What looks like about 4.5 point font. I don't know if you can all read that. I don't think so, because it's going to be very hard for me to read. I'm gonna get through this as fast as humanly possible, which means I'm probably going to screw up, but we'll try. Okay, here we go. It says the name of the beer is Amedee, and it says Amedee is our Belgian strong ale brewed in summer and bottle conditioned for several months to peak maturity. This traditional celebratory beer is sure to warm you up this winter, pouring a nearly black, dark brown color in a glass. Amedee carries notes of rich caramel, varied dark fruits, brown sugar, holiday spice, and Belgian candied syrup atop a creamy malt base. With warming alcohol in its finish, Amedee is the ideal beer for sharing and let the warm in from a blazing fire in the winter. It evolves gracefully for 5 years or more. 12.2. Ooh, big. So Belgian Dark 12.2. It's kind of what got me into beer, to be perfectly honest with you. So let's do this. Let's just crack in a sucker. That's the kind of hiss I want on a nice Belgian style beer. I gotta say style, otherwise everybody's gonna freak out. It's not Belgian beer, it's Massachusetts. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I kind of want more from the label. It just... I like the texture. I like the treehousey stuff. It looks like more... from a distance, I look at this, I think a Scottish ale, like a shilling ale. It looks almost like a coat of arms, like a European coat of arms to me. More than anything else, I want something different. That's just me being me. So there you go, Treehouse. Change that label. Belgian Dark wise definitely looks the part. A couple different reasons why it looks the part. One, it's dark. Belgian Dark, it's dark, but it has this kind of combination of brown and mahogany kind of going back and forth. It's just kind of what I expect from Belgian Dark, and this nice rich kind of like super dark malt ball airing towards the way I like my coffee to look kind of head. Not a big head on it. You're talking about a 12% beer. You'd want a little bit more of a creamy head on it. You talk about some of your 12% beers, Belgian Darks, even quads. They can be a little bit more frothy, but we'll allow it. Let's put it that way. So we're off to a decent start. The nose. There's a spiciness here. They talk winter spicing here. That's not what I'm talking about. It's like almost... It's a molassesy kind of spiciness to it. That dark fruit is there. It's very fresh. The Belgian candied sugar comes through without a doubt. That beet sugar is unmissable. But that spiciness here comes off a little bit more current-like, more than like a traditional kind of, winter. When I think winter Belgian spice, I think more like gingerbread housey stuff without the sweetness. It smells like an American brewery made a Belgian-style dark ale. Let's put it that way. Now, that doesn't mean it's not going to be tasty, but as far as the nose goes, it doesn't have that kind of more kind of fluffy sweetness that tends to come from Belgian beers. Not as sharp. It's a little bit more... It's not saccharine, but it's a little more kind of refined sugar sweetness. And that spiciness comes off a little bit more non-Belgian-like spiciness. A little bit more like black licorice. I shouldn't even say that, because anise is very much kind of at the core of a lot of Belgian dark stuff, but it's like the spice inside black licorice. So you don't get that kind of licorice portion show, but that spicing... Not bad, though. I'm not saying it's a bad smell, just kind of holding it up there to other Belgian style beers. Let's see what's what. Cheers, y'all. It's very, very, very spicy. Like, really spicy. And by spicy, I don't mean hot. And I don't mean... It's very hard for me to articulate the kind of spice I'm talking about. It's very much like licorice, very much like Ricola. Okay, you know Ricola, the mouth lozenge kind of thing. Not that like eucalyptusy, effervescent mintiness kind of thing. Strip that completely from Ricola. The spicing they put, like a Jägermeister, there it is. That's what I'm trying. The spicing they use in Jägermeister, that's the kind of spicing that I'm getting in here. It doesn't taste like Jägermeister, but it has that kind of spicing to it. So very herbal. Like I could see this having like currant. Like I could see it having anise in it. I could see it having a bunch of different things. Think, yes, all the way. It's a beer version of Jägermeister. It's kind of what I'm drinking right now. I haven't had Jägermeister in like 30 years, so. But while that means, okay, my palate, how about that word? I love that word. I hate it. I'm trying to be joking. Is not fresh with what Jägermeister tastes like. I don't think you ever forget what Jägermeister tastes like as a ute. Let's say it that way. It's better. As a ute, usually drink too much Jäger. And that stuff kind of cements itself in your brain hole. Yeah. I can't get it out of my head now. This review is over, essentially, because all I think about right now is I'm drinking the beer. Like, if Jägermeister decided to make a Belgian dark, this is exactly what it tastes like. Or, conversely, if I don't think Jägermeister's barrel-aged, I think it's just a, hot liquor mix in a tin can, and they just throw it in a bottle. But let's say it was barrel-aged. If you took man, this sounds harsh, middle-of-the-road Belgian dark, and you age it in Jägermeister barrels, I think that's exactly what this would taste like, or that would taste like. And this tastes like just like that. So yeah, that kind of like Ricola, Jägermeister spiciness on top of a rather flimsy kind of interpretation of a Belgian dark. The Belgian candied sugar wall in the nose and the taste comes off a little bit more sweet in the actual taste, where it's just kind of, the yeasty portion I show here, sure, dark fruit, a little bit of breadiness, but I think that spiciness kind of overpowers it, so it kind of loses a little bit of luster. It tastes like an American brewery trying to do kind of their version of Belgian dark, but just getting kooky with it. And with that in mind, if that's what they're going for, they absolutely 100% succeeded. But for someone who covets the uber traditional, when it comes to Belgian style beers like this, man, just yeah, not bad. It's fun. I'm gonna drink the whole thing. I'm really curious to see where it lands when it warms up. But just either Ricola made a beer, or like I said, Jaeger made a beer. Not bad, but very fun. Cool review. Thank you very much, Steven. There you go. Review on the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So hopefully you're having something like this. Hopefully you tell me if you've had this. That's the big thing on kind of not retooling my reviews, because much of this is the same, just a little bit different of a format and backdrop and whatnot. But I really want to start to try to talk to people that have had this specific beer and how it treated them and where they differ in thought process or align in thought process and stuff like that. I could sit here and say, hey, what do you think of Treehouse? But that's such a wide question to ask. What do you think of Treehouse's Belgian line? Their darker beers, outside of their imperial stouts, stuff like that. And if you've had this beer specifically, because I know, Steven has had it. I know some of the beer tubers that he sent beer boxes to, they've had it. I believe I've seen a couple of people toss reviews up of it. So now I can go and watch those and see what they thought about it. But yeah, let me know if you've had this and what you thought. There you go. Review on the books. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Hope to see you next time. Cheers, y'all.